Alright. Here we go, next set, in the top position. Hey, I'm happy he's playing Protoss and not Zerg, because I don't like his Zerg. In the top position as a blue Protoss, we have Sneazel from Poland. Whoops. Alright, we have Sneazel hole. Whoops. Capital L. And in the left position as the orange Protoss, we have Semih. Semih. And I did not select the right things. And reset score. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, not quite. Not quite. I'm still messing this up. There we go. And that. Done. Finally. Alright. So, as already said before, set 1 was postponed. We'll get back to that later. And we do know that the 2v2 set is postponed. I want to double check on that. I can't find it now. I can't find it. I'm pretty sure, though, that the 2v2 is postponed, which means that the only way that we'll know the result of this clan war at the end of the cast today is if both Semih beats Sneazel and Modesty beats South Park. Then the rest of the sets don't even matter. I don't know if we'll even bother casting them, just because the individual scores no longer matter. There's just no scenario where that comes into play. All that matters is whether you won or lost overall. So, if Semih doesn't beat Sneazel, or if Modesty doesn't beat South Park, though, then the other sets will matter, and we'll come back to those in the makeup cast, which will probably happen next Friday. Semih's going 2-gate, and Sneazel is going reactionary 2-gate. 2-gate is obviously going to be good on this map. It's a 4-player map, which takes away a little bit of the power of it, but what 2-gate is going to allow you to do is to just funnel out units, obviously, really quickly. And on Icarus, the distance is so short that it can be quite strong. He might want to attempt to avoid investing money away from his economy into the 2-gate. That might be a little bit detrimental, because it's not instant move with 2-gate. You shouldn't be going all in with the 2-gate, but just starting out with the 2-gate seems like a good way to punish a tech-oriented player, as long as you don't sacrifice your own economy for it. Sneazel obviously agreeing with that, and as he did get lucky enough to scout Semih first, he built his own second gateway and a third gateway. 3-gate from Semih. Sneazel. 3-gate from Sneazel. Alright, and over on Semih's side, throwing down more pylons. He does not have a third gateway yet. And I guess we're just going to block the ramp. Despite the fact that Sneazel has more gateways, Semih is ahead in the supply count right now. I guess Semih just getting a little bit better of a jump. He obviously did make his gateways earlier than Sneazel, so he's had more time to produce off of them, and Sneazel wasn't using his gateways for a little while there. So, more zealots are on the way. Coming over to continue to keep this contained on Sneazel. It looks like Sneazel was thinking shield battery, right? There's no forge. Yeah, I'm thinking shield battery at the top of the ramp. You're going 3-gate. Semih's only 2-gate. I'm not sure that's entirely necessary. It's just a little expense that's going to be taking away from the amount of Zealots you can be producing. He is going to make it. I mean, that's certainly going to keep him safe. I really do not see a scenario where Semih is able to break up this range with just Zealots. But I'm not sure that I could see that scenario even if there wasn't a shield battery. If you catch my drift. You understand what I'm saying here? Alright. So, Zealots are still being produced. It looks like Sneazel is going to be the first one to really try to break the stalemate here, but Semih is going to be able to get some great arcs at the bottom of the ramp. It's going to cost Sneazel a little bit to get out of here. He'll eventually be able to bust through, but man, Semih is just getting the better end of all of these trades. Even though Sneazel has a shield battery, he's just now starting to use it. And Semih now bringing in a couple extra Zealots. Semih's playing this absolutely perfectly. It's just a matter of what does he want to follow it up with. He does have his Cyber Core, he is getting range, so it looks like he's now going to transition into Goons. Goons obviously going to help out a lot in holding this, because you'll have a range unit to help shoot. There goes a Cyber Core for Sneazel. His is going to be significantly later. I was really expecting, with the Contain like this, to see Semih go for a fast Expo, because normally you want to get something out of your Contain. But no, it's really not a Contain to keep himself safe, it's more of a Contain to try to put pressure on Sneazel. Force Sneazel into making bad decisions. And every time he goes down, Semih's getting the better end. And it's just 2 Zealots, 2 more Zealots, 2 more Zealots, 1 more Zealot. To the point where Semih's eventually going to get the advantage, despite the fact that Sneazel is on 3 gates. We do have these 2 Dragoons in here, helping out a little bit. And should bring that one a little bit more forward to help out. Oh, it's not going to quite be an... Oh, I guess it is. I guess Sneazel doesn't want to play the micro game with these Dragoons right here. There are a lot of injured Zealots in there. The shield battery doesn't do a whole lot versus the Dragoons, just because the Zealots, it's all about tanking for the Zealots, and they don't tank with their shields very well. Not to mention that they have to run all the way back to reach the shield battery where they should be pursuing the Dragoons. But we are going to have a little bit of a back and forth on the ramp here. Obviously, Semih doesn't want to come all the way up because otherwise Zealots can come and attack. But at the same time, Semih needs to be kind of close. Needs to be kind of close to be able to hit it. Sneazel really doesn't want to go down the ramp because it puts himself in too bad of a position. And finally, got some Dragoons. Looks like range just finished for Semih. So Semih's going to be able to attack here, bringing in a lot of Dragoons. It's certainly not the... Wow, really? Second shield battery? Alright. It's not the best position for Sneazel, as he's just constantly losing more and more units. You have to assume Semih has something good going back at his base. Just a matter of what? Obs. Okay. So I guess he's going to play it safe. There is a Temple Archives. He is probably going to need Ops here. And indeed he is. So playing it safe appears to be the good call here. And, wow, Sneazel, he's going to be forced to show down 2 shield batteries and a cannon. Semih is putting a ridiculous amount of pressure on Sneazel right now. Alright. So, DTs could go and attack, but not going to. Said the Dragoons are actually going to pursue the DTs. They can't attack them until the Observer reaches there. And Sneazel is going to lose 1 DT as soon as it... well, maybe not. The Dragoons are starting to spread out a little bit more. And now they can start attacking. There goes 1, and there goes 2. Executed brilliantly. Semih taking out the DTs. No damage done by Sneazel, and just looking at Sneazel's base, it's like this doesn't help his position. No. Okay, there we go. GG. There was so much money spent on stuff that didn't really help Sneazel that much that he just couldn't compete with Semih. Semih wins game 1. Wow, are we really gonna have a North American sweep? Alright, going into the next game. So, in the top left, as the brown Protoss, we have Semih. Oh, alright. X, Control V. Oh, interesting. Going random. Okay. Semih is... Wow, I cannot get the position right. He is 10 o'clock. And in the bottom left as the blue Zerg, this Zerg player, is going to be Sneazel. And I deleted Sneazel. Holland. Alright. So we're good. We're good. We are good. Alright. Right off the bat, Sneazel has made a terrible, terrible mistake. He has decided to not 4-pool. If you're going against a random opponent, 4-pool the shit out of him. If you are lucky enough to roll Zerg and your opponent does not know what race you are, 4-pool the shit out of them. Let's see, he can go 9-pool. So, you know, it's kind of like a 4-pool, but 5 more. Not quite as fast, but actually does have reasonable follow-ups. I guess that can kind of work too. Semih, alright, Semih's going to scout out his opponent. Sees that he, excuse me, sees that his opponent is Zerg, so now he knows. Kind of too late to do anything other than put that gateway down, though. It's not as if he can quickly switch into building a wall. I imagine he won't get the forge either. Wait, oh. Really? He's gonna go 1 gate tech after scouting that his opponent's going 9-pool. Or not 9-pool, overpool. That was an overpool, right? Man, I'm all messed up. Alright. So, it's still a kind of risky move to go for 1 gate tech off of, excuse me, to go for 1 gate tech after scouting your opponent's going to go for early links. I mean, when Dragon scouted this, he built 3 cannons. Admittedly, he did scout that there was a gas, which would certainly be more likely to indicate speedlings. Kind of hard to get speedlings when you don't have gas, but I guess it's gonna work out for him. Alright. So 1 ling is going to get in here. This is going to be Sneazel's first scouting of Semih. So first chance to check out what he's doing. And it's a Stargate. So Semih's going for immediate Stargate. Pretty much the only 2 reasonable things you can do. Oh. Ooh, okay. Semih's pulling out shenanigans to counter shenanigans. Interesting. He allowed the Stargate to be seen, then canceled it. Now he's building the Citadel. He could have just gone Ser DT if he wanted to. But by canceling the Stargate, he's going to get the DTs out faster, and he'll have enough money to build a second gateway and pump DTs out of 2 gates rather than just 1. I guess we will soon see whether that was the correct decision or whether killing off the Overlords would have made it a little bit nicer. In situations like this, there comes a point where Sneazel can get the detection there and then see the DTs, but he's just going to be able to detect the DTs absolutely murdering everything because there's so many DTs that he can't fight them. And this is kind of looking like that. Now, yeah, there's a second gateway. It's kind of looking like that's the way this could end up going for Semih, because Sneazel does not have a whole lot to defend in terms of units. And because there are no Corsairs, it's unlikely that there will, it's unlikely that the Overlords will be terribly out of position. Semih did decide to build 1 Dragoon, So the Dream could possibly do it, but we'll see. And wow, a third gateway. Okay. Right. Interested to see how he uses this. Still just an Overlord, and Sneazel is still only on 2 base. I mean, he's a base ahead of the Protoss, because the Protoss is only on 1. But not a terribly good economy for Zerg at this point. I was about to say, does he still not have the gas? But no, we have the gas here. It's been going for a little while. He just doesn't have a second gas. I would have had no idea how he could possibly be playing this game if he didn't get his first gas yet. It's like 3-hatch speedling all in, but with no speed? What? So there are a lot of lings here. That should... It does mean Semih needs to be careful. The DT will one-shot all the lings, so if it's just a few lings left back to guard, the DTs can easily handle them even if detected. But what it does mean is that if the DTs are detected, the lings can get us around. That many lings will easily kill them. Not to mention, you need to worry about things like this coming in. Has Sneazel seen the DTs? I don't know if he has. There's actually going to be one DT here. There we go, finally getting his first kill. Wow. And Sneazel invested a lot into that attack, but now pulling everything back, possibly to go and try to counter the DTs, also because he realized he just wasn't going to be able to get through over there. Second colony coming in, are the DTs going to go for it? No, he's not going to go for it. They're instead just going to run away, and barely living with 1 hit point. Shoutouts to shield regeneration this time. And oh man, this is definitely a I'm going to build a lot of DTs kind of game. Up to 5 DTs already. Well, you only need, like, assuming they all attack, they can't quite attack all that simultaneously, but 7 DT, no, I'm not even doing my math right. What am I thinking? I'm crazy. Yeah, if you have 8 DTs, 8 DTs can start one-shotting Sunkens. And looks like the DTs are going in again. The Sunken is down. The Spire needs to be cancelled or it's going to get killed. And man, these DTs can just do a lot of damage. Yeah. Did he try to go in or is he just bugging out? No, they're just all bugging out. There are still 2 DTs left. DTs hiding behind the mineral line, much more deadly than Zealots hiding behind the mineral line. There are still 2. There are 2 DTs, both of them nearly dead, like less than 10 health on 8. No, that one has more than 10 health. But still, they're going to be able to take him out. Okay, so that did damage. Did he do too much damage to Sneazel? I don't think it did too much damage. It killed the Spire, that's quite nice. It's a very expensive building, and we only have that much supply in a pretty terrible economy. It costs a lot to rebuild, but... Alright, so it looks like he's going to have 2 Mutalisks. He's going to have 2 Mutalisks before, here, he managed to start 2 Mutalisks before the Spire was killed. And wow, Semih didn't even see the Mutalisk. He sniped the Spire, and he's still going to build those cannons because there might have been Mutalisks in those eggs. That is being pretty safe. But it's going to pay off for him. Third one's kind of unnecessary. There's only 2, but he really doesn't know how many there are. Alright. So, well, 43 supply compared to 53. Man. Okay. Yeah, there's... Well, if those Mutalisks come back, Semih's going to absolutely destroy them with his, you know, Dark Archon and 3 cannons. Dark Archon and 3 cannons tends to beat 2 Mutalisks in general. Like, just the Dark Archon alone beats 2 Mutalisks, because the Dark Archon comes in, and then he figures out which Mutalisk has more health, then he mind controls it. And then the Mutalisk beats the other Mutalisk, and then it's like, boom, Dark Archon beats 2 Mutalisks. So, That didn't work out so well. Not the most successful attack I've ever seen. Deuce of Cannons coming up to help defend it now that the army's moving out. Trying to limit the threat of a backstab, because that's pretty much all Sneazel has left, but apparently Sneazel doesn't even think he has that. Semih is going to win it 2-0. First one that doesn't go to a third game, and North America 3-0 above Poland.